I'm smart, Papa. I'm smart. Right, don't. I see you, my boy. I see you. I can't be moving my hands, okay? Food would be. I can't. He's just such a distraction. Right here with Mama. It's okay, Toes. Why don't you go lie down? Friends. My boy. Go.
Oh my God.
Right there, Toes. Thank you, my boy. Thank you.
Hi friends, we meet again. Lovely to have you back. We are actually not in the studio today. I decided to take some time away from my art practice and enjoy the outdoors. As I've started this journey of illustration and content creation, I've been putting in more hours than a traditional 9 to 5. There is so much to learn in terms of creativity and technology. My to-do lists keep getting longer and longer. My mind finds it nearly impossible to shut down and close work talk and brainstorming after 5 p.m. Thankfully, I have my husband at my side to remind me to slow down and take a break so I don't burn out. As you might all know, burnout is just terrible. I've been there many times before and I want to do my very best to avoid it. So, with that in mind, we decided to enjoy our slow morning, sipping our coffee, and planning a day out so I could inhale Scotland's fresh country air. My husband and I have been together almost 5 years, and I'm thrilled to report that we never run out of conversation. In my husband, I found a best friend who enjoys any kind of discussion from art to Los Tigres del Norte. My husband helps me stay grounded. His humor, which comes from being born and raised in Scotland and also being the biggest, coolest dork I know, keeps me laughing every day. At this point, he knows me too well and understands that the logic to my work ethic can become a wee bit unhealthy. One of the biggest lessons I learned as I've tried to build a career here in Scotland is that my rest should not depend on a metric of work produced. My rest should not be earned. My rest should not be justified. My rest is a need in order to keep showing up as authentically as I can for myself. So let's keep resting as we take a wee wander around Dean Castle, shall we? Over the years, Scotland has grown on me. It's taught me to appreciate the simple things in life, like walks out in nature. And now that I think about it, scones and tea have to be added to that list. I don't think the fact that we can just wake up and drive 30 minutes to a castle will ever get old for me. And I don't think Tobi will ever stop wanting to socialize with every dog he sees. He doesn't understand that not everyone has time to play. Dean Castle is situated in Kilmarnock and is free to the public. The castle is from the 14th century and was the stronghold for the Boyd family. The castle contains a museum collection of European arms and armor and a collection of early musical instruments. But since our little Tobi was with us, we were unable to catch a glimpse of any of these collections. Walking around so much history makes me think of all the historical landmarks of Mexico that I have yet to visit. As I almost exit my 30s, the urge to explore my identity has grown fervently. Can anyone relate? By moving away, I feel that my love for my Mexican identity and culture is stronger than ever. So I'm hoping to make a trip very soon to Mexico. I would love my visit to result in a project that I can share with you all. And while it's not been easy to not be living in the thick of my Mexican culture, this country has inspired me so much. Because of Scotland, I've become the most creative and adventurous that I've ever been. Scotland, for instance, gave me the confidence to join a trekking expedition in East Greenland, and it gave me the push to become a full-time creative. Being an outsider has given me a new perspective on who I am, what my values are, and how I want to use my voice. I feel blessed to be in the position where I can try to make a positive change in our society in a visual and storytelling way. Our day continued with more walking around the country park. I enjoy summers here in Scotland, but there is a calm beauty to its winter. I was pleasantly surprised to see greens, reds, and oranges all around me. Look at that view. 10-year-old Claudia did not see this in her future. My hands were freezing, but I love how the cold makes you feel alive through its sting. I spotted a stairway, and Tobi was curious to have a look. Tobi has had a fear of water since he was a wee pup, but last summer he bravely jumped over several streams during a couple of our long hikes. He is no guppy, but he does seem rather okay with water now. It's a sunny winter day, and Tobi has spotted a couple of deer. As you've all seen, Tobi is my four-legged companion. He is our emotional support and mountain leader. I never understood how a dog could improve my mental health until Tobi joined our unit. Tobi fills every minute of my life with limitless love. He reminds me to be present. He reminds me to love. I was craving something warm and delicious. My husband suggested a pub called The Ship. It's dog friendly, and the staff will go out of their way to welcome your four-legged family member. The build of the pub has been around since 1567. It was originally a customs house, and in 1754 it became a licensed hostelry. We were soon sitting at our table, and I couldn't help but admire the vintage decor. The Ship is situated right across from the Irvine harbor, and while you're inside having your lentil soup, you're always being reminded of its coastal location. And of course, I did all the talking over lunch, sharing my ideas and the possibilities for 2026. What can I say? I'm a dreamer. Friends, it's been a long week. I think a fitting ending for this episode would be sharing how my work is going. So I'm not going to sugarcoat anything here because I am committed to transparency. I had a good cry the day I published my last episode. There was a hiccup in my editing software, and all of a sudden some of my edited videos disappeared from the video track as I was dragging a specific video clip. I semi-shut down, and my tech-savvy husband had to come in and figure out what was going on. On this journey, I've wanted to be Miss Independent and a one-woman show, but within this short period of time, I've learned that I just can't do that I need to ask for help. Not only am I learning about the creative and tech aspects of content creation, but I'm also learning about illustration without having any formal training. And that's what my channel is mainly about. I'm to blame here for doubling the challenge. Nothing is coming easy at this point, and therefore emotions are running high. A few months ago, I didn't even know how to change the lens of a DSLR camera. The other day, my husband explained to me that I'm doing the job of several people and that it makes complete sense to feel overwhelmed, and stressed. I never saw it that way, and it wasn't until I searched through the channels of other established YouTubers that I understood how much I've been undertaking. Friends, I think we underestimate how much we take on from day to day. So the question is, do I regret becoming a content creator and aspiring illustrator at the same time? Absolutely not. I still believe it's been the best decision for me. The outlet for creativity has been unmatched with this decision, and I would really like my vision to come to life. But there are changes that I need to make to avoid another meltdown. Since the tech part isn't my strongest suit, I need to lean on my head of tech, which is my husband, more. He is the biggest dorky tech I know, and I have to stop thinking that by asking for help, I'm weak or not smart enough. That's just not the case. Ask for help, friends. Last but not least, and most importantly, I need to prioritize my mental health. I've been experiencing short bursts of creative fog and anxiety in the evenings, and the solution to that has always been taking a break and stepping outside. Scotland is a stunning country for walks. The landscape is gorgeous throughout all seasons. Friends, if you are to take away anything from this episode, please let it be that you need to address and assess your mental health. Make that your number one and do something for you. So, plenty to think about and implement on my end. I hope in the coming weeks you get to enjoy all the changes that are coming your way via this channel. And I hope our little chat is a reminder that behind the pretty images, there is a brown girl who probably drinks way too much coffee and has bags under her eyes because she is still figuring out the algorithm and figuring out life in general. Thanks for sticking around, friends. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and see you next week. Bye.